Hello, my name is Suyash Mehare, and I'm going to share about the what the project is assigned to me, and the question is that I have to answer. So let me share the screen real quick. So yes, um, yeah, let me remove this float one also. So yes, um, yeah. Let me read the question number one. Before reading the question, the project that assigned to me was a learning language platform, and that was I had to build. So let me answer the question number one. What is the scope of the project, and why did you choose the same? So project I keep the project in the scope such that it can build in a most general way, like building the most basic application. And I thought that on the top of the general application, I should implement the advanced features. By this general thinking, I started to implement these features. First one is I implemented that the lecture that user can fetch, and another one is the quizzes and exercises, uh, quizzes exercises, and the application itself tracks goals and streaks, as well as space repetition algorithm that I implement there, but I kept in the scope that it won't get very much advanced at the starting, that I want to make a thing workable, and the project is not directly very industry ready needed. That's why I keep this space repetition algorithm as simple as I can be. Other than if I want to make at very advanced, it will get to the integration of special softwares that provided by the company, that that thing that will go that in that direction. So that's why I keep it in house. And here I also keep this pronunciation thing in a later stages of building cycle of this application. And here I also include the progress tracker within a the scope of projects. And whatever the advanced features such as a peer-to-peer connection or AI powered learning path, and you can say the offline learning modes, these things I kept for the upcoming iterations of the project. So first I focused on the general things which makes foundation of the application, which are really independent, but makes a very much impact for the further iterations. That's why I keep them as a scope of the project for now. Let me answer the question number two. Can you walk me through the most challenging technical problem you encountered in your project and how you resolved it? So the most challenging technical problem was for me is actually happen in the production, and it takes my whole half more than half of day. And the problem was about the navigation. Like now I can navigate from one place to another directly, like I'm showing here. But this thing was not this is not the thing behave previously when I just deploy this project. The reason was that application that Netlify want that in the form of JavaScript, HTML and CSS only. But I built a front end within a React.js, and using the Vite bundler. So the problem was encounter such that I was able to move here and there, but it used to respond with an page not found. So that's why I search on Google that why this behaving, and then realize that it only needed HTML, CSS, and a JavaScript file. So here they suggest that I want to create that public folder within the app, and within that I have to create underscore redirects file without any extension, and then and there I have to paste this one, so that whenever the Netlify comes and see that this file, he can redirect, you can say, to the you know, to the file in the HTML, index.html. So that's why so this is how this get resolved, and now I'm successfully able to navigate here and there. Yeah, so like this. Let me uh, answer the um, question number three. What specific technology did you use, and why did you choose them for this project? The technologies that I pick up for this project is ExpressJS, and MongoDB as a database, and for ExpressJS is just for the building the server and making the things easier in terms of implementation. So third one, I use that White and React.js. So let me tell you why I use this by starting from the backend. First of all, I use the Express.js regarding directly using the Node.js is that to build a faster server, and I don't want to mess up the too much files in a single place, and making the headache of exporting and importing. That's why I want routers. That's why I bring the ExpressJS into the picture, and I chooses them. Then I use the MongoDB. The reason was simple that I had to implement a lot of structural changes in between. If I choose the another database such as Postgres, then I had to lot migration related tension on my head, that on every single change I had to migrate every single thing. But on the MongoDB side, I only need to change a, few structure, like by requesting single uh, um, change, like if I do the update menu, then the whole structure is get reflected there. So that's why I choose the MongoDB. And if I came to the React.js and why White.js, why I use that, first of all, why I use the White.js is that it is a bundler. I don't know that much, but it generates a dist file, and it is some, it gives me some optimization over the regular building process. And one more thing that I love the feature is about using the proxy within that the White, which embeds the URL to the Axios directly when in between the when the request is sent by the Axios. So that's why I use that one, and also the React.js is to rapid faster development of the front end. That's why I use the React.js also. So let me answer the question another. So did you encounter performance issues, and how did you identify and address them? For that, I will navigate to my code base, that I'm sure this is the one, not this one. Yeah, no, not models, not models. So, so the thing is, yeah, this one that I use here the somewhat I think I'm lacking that where it was. I'm not able to remember. But yes, the problem was that I make a too many backend requests to the database to saving the user and as well as fetching the user. For every request, as I remember, for every single API hit point, um, I used to make internally 4 to 5 requests just to generate the data to send to the front end. So what I did that I use the aggregation pipeline and I make it happen in a single request. So by this way, I reduce the 1/4 of the headache of the database. Like this, I encountered this issue and I identify and address them like in this way. Can you explain? Let me move forward. Can you explain a situation where you had to make a critical decision that impacted the project's direction? Um, the this decision was I take up in the initially when the project was for only front end and the project is intended to the build a solution which is front end to direct Firebase. But then when I saw the problem statement, then I realized that this project might needed the cron something like thing, and the cron something like thing didn't eventually come there. I thought that it should needed something which let know the user frequently on the regular interval of time, such as giving sending the notification. Then I search on Google. Then I found it that cron something like required there. Yeah, that's why I thought that it shouldn't directly happen with the front end. And most of the things such as AI integration and generating the proper data, I thought that middleman such as the backend in the Node.js or backend.js, not Express.js, sorry, will help me to build a good project. That's why that's what I just think that I should build backend as well as the front end. This is what sorry, makes the direction of the my learning curve into another direction. So that's why I consider it as a critical decision. Not critical, it is just a normal decision, but it impacts the project in very much manner. Changes the complete structure of project. Let me answer the another one. How did you manage version control and collaboration in your project? So whenever I make changes, I used to keep the data intact and make the save by pushing it to the Masai repository, which is I got assigned. But one more thing that I encountered there, that it is a private repository, so I cannot give in a production. So that's why I choose another my own self repository, which is the public, and it won't need any kind of the direct access permission. I choose another repository as well for in terms of getting things in the production. So yes, this is how I manage, and most important thing, how I manage in terms of backend and as well as front end. This something is different because at the starting I put all the backend and the front end in a same place, and it gives me something arrow, something like a folder, and this I as a search and a Google, it gives me the result that this is just because happen the git thing that it shouldn't that those two guys cannot sit in a single place, because I think it should be the problem of the CI/CD pipelines. Like every single time when if I make a front end change, it also to trigger the CI/CD pipelines of the back end one also, if I make the changes in the front end. So this is what I experienced when I used to make several production changes. I realized that if I make a front end change, then it also starts to build behind the scenes for the back end also. Because I back end I deployed on the render and front end on the Netlify. Both the guys got triggered, and they do it every single time. What I can say, that build process again. So this is what um, um, makes me project keep into two another files. Like one is the LLM backend, one is the LLM front end. So this is how I manage this version control and collaboration in the project. So let me answer the question number another. Not exactly know the name. Yeah, where there are any trades off you had to make while working on the project, and how did you prioritize? Um, like yeah, the trade-offs I considered while working on the project was about the cron jobs itself. At the starting, I actually start to implement cron jobs, and in between the implementing that and learning that cron jobs, I realized that I should check for that how is it really affects the pricing of the server. Then I went, then I saw that there is a section of another for the cron jobs. If you I want the cron jobs to implement in the project, they will charge me in another way. So I thought that the project shouldn't go that much at high level. That's why I make something temporary changes in the MongoDB database. So I get rid of the cron job for now, not sure for the future. But yes, so that's why yeah, for now I kept aside the cron job just because of the current pricing of it, and I make a in-house solution which is the temporary and it work only for the one use case. So that's what I deprioritize that one, and also I prioritize my own inbuilt solution. So let me answer the another question. Describe a piece of feedback you received on your project and how you implemented it. Um, the feedback I received, there are several feedback I received on regular interval on the project. One was given by the AI, and another one is by the Alvin sir. Let me tell you about the how I use the artificial intelligence to get some feedback. When I was starting an initial phase of the project, there I I create several Mongo schemas, and I know that it is not really top notch. That's why I take the help of the chat GPT and ask him to how I can improve it. So he gives me feedback, and I add it, and I also think upon it, and also I push it to the chat GPT that I should I want this schema in this direction. So by communicating to each other, I make a really good schema, and I not get any trouble to implement it in terms of the logic. So it really helps me. That's what I want to tell about this feedback. And another one, I got feedback in when I was in the interview with Alvin sir, that he told me to implement a good UI, and UI is not that good. That's why I'm going to work on the UI real quick. And yeah, that one also, and he also told me that to implement the other features down the line for a week, and whatever the time it will take, but I should implement as quick as I can. So yeah, this type of feedback I got, and I will surely implement it. Yeah. What would you do differently if you want to start this project over again? To be honest, even though I write a schema at a starting, I lack to maintain some documentation and standardizing the approach. Standardizing the approach meaning that standardizing the names, such as the I always lack over this one whenever I make a project. If I told now, then somewhere I will get mistake. Yeah. So what I will do when I want to start the project again, I will standardize the names first of all. Second thing, I will standardize the writing the code. Third thing, I will also standardize the flow of data from, if I want to send data from backend to frontend and frontend to backend, I will keep them in a standard format. Like if I want to send this data to here, it should be this kind of ID, or it should be email or something else. That's what I will do if I want to start a project, because it reduces the time of implementation, and it doesn't need to developer to think extra miles, and they have do not run want to run the extra miles um, to make the product or the software runnable. And that's why I got a lot of problems in the production as well, just because of not maintaining the correct standard. So yes, that's what I will. That's why I will doing the project. That's how I start the project again. So let me answer the design and architecture. Uh, the question of this design and architecture. That let me um, take this Excel draw. Um, yeah. So I apologize that this is not the complete final architecture. This is what I followed at the starting when I was in the initial stage of the building the application. But I this is not completely a final one. So let me explain this one, and how I written the this consider this UI at the starting as well. So I apologize that this is not a up to dated one. So yeah, I will also walk you through the schemas that this I considered. So let me walk you through that how I think at a starting that as told you that the scope was in just the lectures, quizzes, exercises. I uh, consider that lecture that should I will give the URLs of uh, the YouTube, and I will store this one in the Cloudinary, and Cloudinary, and whatever the URLs I will push it to the Cloudinary, and whenever it needed I will fetch from this database. And on the completion of the lecture, he will or he will means the user will get added points and badges here in this database. So this is what I think at starting, but then I realized that this URL isn't get downloadable. So that's why I moved this YouTube um, to the own videos. So yeah. Then time for the quiz and exercise. Then here what I did that at the starting the here I not give the arrow, but yes, this is the database, and at the starting when the user hits first, he will get fetch the quiz and exercise according to his current preference, and the whatever they completed the exercise and quizzes, and in a short in whatever are they in the current context. So they will fetch the exercise and quizzes. After completion, they will get added to the points and badges. If somehow they got affected with a wrong things. Wrong things mean they got wrong in the question or exercise. They got added to the space repetition database. This is what I thought. At the starting, I thought that space repetition should have the single standalone database, but I manage it within the same schema of the user, yeah. So whenever one more thing that here the progress is there. Whenever user will ask for the progress, then progress will be shown on the user interface. This is what I think at the starting. Then weekly challenges is there, and weekly challenges is something that I consider as a stage two, but at that time I thought that it should be the part of the single one, a single stage. So that time I also thought that it should be get added to the points and badges, and I never think that it should be the in a something the very tightly coupled with other peers like friends and other platform uh, related things. Like weekly challenges is according to the problem statement is in the collaboration environment. That's what I not taken in this scope also. So pronunciation I also not taken into consideration, but at that time starting I consider the pronunciation. And here I come here, let me tell you that how I think that how to add a pronunciation. So pronunciation, whenever user select the pronunciation, he will hit the API points on pronunciation or pronounce every single word. Then I consider here as a service which is provided by the Google for now. Yeah, Google will respond with something that how much well he spoke. Maybe the Google is sending that one. Then uh, I will add it to the points and badges if the person is really outstanding in the progress. Otherwise, what I will do, I will add it to the space repetition um, uh, database if the pronunciation got wrong for any kind of the word. So that's how I used to think that. And about the real world conversation, what I exactly thought that that whenever the user makes interaction, then both two users will send a got a feedback form, and both will give the feedback to each other. And that's what this progress got affected, and this is where the progress also show will be shown to the user. This is what I thought about the real world progress. And yeah, so this is a very simple one that can be figured out by the problem statement as well. So here is the all the progress I push to this AI by giving the prompt here, proper prompt. Then he will result me the prompt that I entered here. Then I will make the few changes within my database such that this space repetition got affected. So yeah, this is what I think at the starting of the project. Then I implement this UI structure like this. I thought that here the lecture should be visible, and here are the some other cards like where user can directly navigate, such as to vocabs, pronunciation, quizzes. Then here is the top bar where for the it is for the navigational purpose. And this was the contest one there, which is I not consider it. Yeah. So this is how I uh, think about that the initial architecture, and that's why I designed this way. Yeah, at the same time I explain that why I design in such way as well. And this is a reason this is the reason of this architecture of front end is to navigate get easily. And let me answer the how did you ensure the scalability and security of your project. First of all, for the security purpose, I not yet implement any kind of robust solution, but I will ensure that it should be handled by the JSON Web Token to make the integrity and as well as to do not server have to think about a lot about who is the user. That's why I I will consider it should be happen with the JSON Web Token. How if I want to ensure the scalability, I will in the first place I am from the first principles I can think of that I will make replications of applications at this initial stage to maintain the scalability. If on the application level not I want to make a lot of uh, uh, replications of the server, I will consider that the inner application optimizations. So this is how I will make a bit of scalable such that uh, that the user got a really good performance, and we also got a cost related benefits. And one more thing I will do on the basis of the scalable, that I will deploy my front end to the CDN, so that whenever needed, uh, it can get revoked, and as well as it can serve to the client as well. And one more thing I will do, if I want to be scalable, really want to scalable, I will make this backend to completely do align with the CDN. Like I will make a functions. There is I think something there is a something like a such as the Amazon Lambda something like service, and also there is a cloud layer CDN networks where Hono, by using the Hono, I think we can deploy deploy the our functions by using the workers. I think he used to manage the things. This is how I will ensure that the scalability is really uh, 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 affect. I can say. So yeah, this is how I will ensure the scalability and security of the project. How did you ensure how did you collaborate with other team members of this project? It was totally the individual project. Yeah. So I built myself. I didn't need any kind of the collaboration um, in this project. So yeah. Thank you very much for listening me this till this point, and this is what I built here. Thank you.